Happy Monday, Moonday. My name's Fola. And yeah, wherever you find yourself, I just want to invite you to do what you need to kind of set yourself. Just lighting some incense here. This is the Sekhmet incense. Sending you that reminder of love, of balance in the darkness and the light, in that polarity. Hi, Dora King. And we're going to draw on that healing power of Sekhmet. She is both healing and she is like fierce lioness energy. Very much the strength of the strength card that we are finding ourselves in this year, 2024. So if you're new here to the channel, yeah, that we do these lives every Monday, and it's an opportunity for us to connect to the collective energy of the week. So this is going to be for February 5th to the 11th. And I hope you guys are all like keeping me on track with what I'm saying and what's showing up in your life. Okay, I've been thinking about that last couple times. It's like, maybe I need to go back myself and really tune into what was being said in the collective reading. Is it showing up for myself? I'm curious if it's showing up for you. This isn't about like fortune telling. I think this is where we have to be really careful. The words that someone speaks, an intuitive guide, a tarot reader, a card reader, it's not about fortune. Okay, this is where we have to be careful because every possibility exists, right? And we also have to like check in, like, and kind of come from a place of skepticism, I suppose I want to say here, as to what is being said, what are we holding as truth or not truth in our life, and not allowing ourselves to be like trapped down by it. So that's just what I want to start off here today. Perhaps this is part of that energy too. Hi there, Renee. Good day, Andrew. Yeah, nice to have you all here. Hey, Tahira. Yeah. Like, so great to have you all here, to tune in as always, and to recognize that you hold the power for yourself. Okay, it's not me that's coming in here with any like other place of wisdom. It's just, I'm just speaking some things. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, great. You are the ultimate holder of your truth and your wisdom. So we're all cloaked in the wisdom. Okay, I just hope that today you can really tap into that. This week you can tap into it and recognize that it's you in the strength position, you the one holding open that lion's mouth, or perhaps closing the lion's mouth, however you wish to perceive that when we think of that strength card, key number 8 in the tarot. So we're going to just do a kind of simple guided practice here to tune in before we go into the energy collective reading for the week for the collective, and then we'll go into the personalized readings. If you would like cards pulled and so forth, you can let me know in the comments. Got my laptop so I could keep track of who's messaging. And as always, I'm grateful for all of you and your contribution here, you being in this energetic space, the cyberspace together. So thank you for that. Ooh, thank you for clarifying. It's not fortune telling, and we hold the power for ourselves. I find it's easy to get lost. Yeah, Andrew, that's how I read for myself. I'm also working to get out of my own traps again. Okay. Yeah, I think it's easy. We get lost, and I was hoping to share a little bit. We'll do a little bit of probably a ritual, which reminds me, tonight there's the radical self-love ritual that will be going live for like the members portal, I think at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then tomorrow at some point it will be like accessible to everyone. So those of you though in the membership, or if you are wanting to be a part of that, you can hit the join button somewhere. I just specifically hold up those people's names, though anyone and everyone gets benefit from the ritual practice, doesn't really matter technically, but I will specifically be holding those people up during the ritual itself. But today in this live, I hope to tap into something that I felt like might be showing up energetically. So we'll see what the cards say first after this kind of guided practice. So, Dora King, I see you've made mention there. Thank you. So, wherever you are, just beginning to become aware of your body. Okay, your eyes can be opened here. Perhaps you notice your body in relation to the space in which you're in, the room, the chair, the bed that you are finding yourself on. Maybe you're standing in a kitchen, wherever it is. Just noticing that body in relation to the space. Your individual body connected to the space around you. And maybe it seems like there's objects around you and they are not actually attached to you or connected in any way. That's okay. I'm going to invite you for a moment to notice the space between you and a particular object that maybe is just kind of grasping your attention right now. Okay. You can look at that object and noticing the space between you, this emptiness that exists between your body and this object that you are currently looking at. And in this space, just noticing whatever sensations or textures are showing up, whatever might be showing in your awareness. And now transitioning your awareness into that of the object. So become the object, so to speak. Noticing what it is to be that object. Maybe the texture, the sensations shift a little bit here, or maybe they shift a lot. Noticing whatever it is as you become that object of your awareness. And now move it back into your body, your awareness, shifting it out through your eyes, become you, the body. See through those senses of sight, sound, while still looking at the object in the room. And then begin to transition yourself again through the space into that object where you become the awareness of the object. You are the object once more. Noticing all the characteristics of it that make you the object. And now transitioning again into your body, being yourself, being the body with all its senses, its perceptions in relation to the object in which you gaze upon. And now for a moment, closing your eyes and noticing your body still. And now transferring your awareness back into that object. And becoming that object. And now letting that go and noticing the space in which both you and your body and the object you were gazing upon occupy. And noticing how that space is the bridge, and it's actually both you and the object. That you and the object are one. There is no separation from this perspective of this space. You might notice that you flow between both awarenesses, perhaps taking on both at the same time or none. You as the space that pulsates. You as the expansiveness of the all. Inhaling and exhaling, and bringing your awareness back to your physical body, back to the breath, back to your seat, where your body makes contact with the chair, the bed, with the floor. Taking whatever gentle movements needed as you begin to awaken back into this space. Okay. Well, let's tune into what the week of February 5th to the 11th has to say for the collective energy. This week, I'm going to kind of do like a beginning, middle, and end for whatever reason. Okay, maybe there needs to be 4 cards. Didn't we get Breaking Bad Habits at some point last week? And Fairy Magic came out again. Fairy Magic, Breaking Bad Habits, Philosopher's Stone, Triple Spiral. Not in that order. I'm going backwards for whatever reason. Maybe it was meant to be in that order. How was it? Was it last week? Was that a collective thing for everyone around the fairies? I mean, I recall that being a thing. How did that show up? We have Triple Spiral, listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons, kind of at the start of this week here, okay? There's something here about this divine energy, this place of the all, kind of, we see this like center point and everything birthing from it, nothing to the all, okay? Yeah, right, they were fairies. Well, there's ending with the fairies again. Thank you for drawing with the fairies, yeah. Okay. We have the Philosopher's Stone, powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. And when I see this, I'm thinking again of the breath as that simple place of like drawing forth and bringing into us energy in however way that we feel called, okay? So that magic can happen. We have here interesting. I read fiery magic actually just now. It says, though, respectfully work with the fairies and elementals to achieve your goals. So what here around fire maybe is calling us to draw into kind of really this, it says under Breaking Bad Habits, self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices. So maybe there's still this continuation this week of this like rebirthing of the self, of really highlighting the connectedness of like almost like the zero to hero is what I want to say around this, okay? Powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. So Spirit is wanting us this week to really like hone into the still point, okay? The still point. That there's going to be something around this element of fire, fairy, fire. I'm not sure why I'm seeing it say fiery for whatever reason. That there is something here, well, I guess it says that respectfully work with elementals and the fairies to achieve your goals. So we're going to do some tuning into this fire energy, whatever this is, and it's interesting as we come into the Valentine's time, you know, like fire and love, you know, passion and love. What does this actually mean for us? And can we notice that spark of that divine love inside of ourselves even? Otherwise, because when we can't do that, then how are we going to have that like fiery love for other, right? Listening to divine. So I'm going to just pull some tarot for this. If you're new here, like you'll learn quickly that I just kind of like chat and say the things, and whatever comes out comes out. Might not be your like kind of traditional card reader that, you know, I'm not very traditional in a lot of senses, so do what thou wilt. Okay, let's see. What's this triple spiral energy? So we have the Knight of Discs, the Knight pausing so the horse can eat, or at least kind of look at the wheat, and the Knight has the shield up where it looks almost as if the light of the sun is emanating from the shield, but his weapon is drawn at ease, like it's at rest. He doesn't have his helmet on covering his face, like it's like this moment of, again, that still point. Philosopher's Stone, we have Fortune, the 10 of the key 10 of the major arcana. And we have, interesting, we have the 5 of Cups for the fiery magic. I don't know how to say that. And that 5 of Cups is actually disappointment. It's Mars in Scorpio. So we have like a fiery energy here, okay? I'll show the cards here in a moment. Oh, there's one that's already turned, kind of. And then we have the 5 of Swords. Okay, I put that by the breaking bad habits. There still seems to be something here around thoughts, which I think was something from last week, if I'm not mistaken. Interestingly enough, though, disappointment and defeat, both being 5 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. So there's something here that's still kind of being transmuted around the thoughts and the emotionality. And because it's the 5, it's like we're really very much, I guess I'm going to say here, it feels it feels like you're losing, okay? And maybe even by the end of the week, it's like still gonna like have this sense of like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? And yet what I'm seeing here is it's almost like, you know, just like the Wheel of Fortune. Which way is forward? Which way is backward? There can be this reversal kind of energy, okay? Philosopher's Stone, when which that trump card is under, this reminder that, like, you know, if you've ever seen that movie, The Holy Mountain, without giving up too much, but there's like one scene where the guy is having to go through the alchemical process, and he literally like shits inside this like container, like a glass jar, so the alchemical process can happen, and it's transmuting the shit into gold. And it's also doing this alchemical process for him, where he becomes this like spiritual leader / guide. And what I'm seeing with that image is like what seems like the down part is like the brightness, and vice versa. You know, same with that all or nothing energy of that triple spiral, and how the spirit even created from the void. It's like, who would think that something so like dark and not so great would bring about something so positive? And it's like, you know, the light, the birthing of something new, okay? So with the triple spiral, as I said, we have the Knight of Cups, or Discs, sorry. He's holding the shield here, looking out. There's this fiery energy emitting from this shield of protection, okay? So drawing forth that shield of protection for you this week as you go through. Maybe as this point is like really being in a place of pause and stillness, and ones that you're having to, you know, you're kind of being given by spirit with the slowing down, and also the moments that you are having to take actively so that you can stop to, I want to say smell the flowers, but like stop to see with gratitude the beauty that exists around you, that has emanated from the stillness, from the nothingness, okay? And then this Philosopher's Stone, this place of when we pause and can see what's kind of, I guess, the truth of the matter. From there, then like yeah, them kind of seem more like this infinity symbol here, where things can come and go and come and go. And, just like the toric field, like this powerful manifestation, the ability to harness the energy and let it feed and release and feed and release will continue to expand you and align you with whatever this like creation process is. That I feel like this is tied still to like the thoughts, like breaking these bad habits, coming into self-acceptance, so that you can let go of what no longer serves you. And then we have these two cards. I'm going to just show because they both have the reverse pentagram. Okay. The Five of Cups and the Five of Swords. Disappointment and defeat. And like those aren't like the most pleasant looking, like from the color spectrum, from the sort of empty cupness that seems to be the petals off the flowers are kind of falling away, right? There's this entanglement that seems to be, yeah, like there's something about an entanglement with the thoughts that seems to be really like holding us. And so that fire energy, working with the elementals, but specifically like this fiery energy, if you want to call upon the fairies as well to kind of help spark this and shift this disappointment. I don't want this to turn into like a negative sort of thing necessarily, but like, this is again like part of that growth, part of the alchemization. And when we feel like things are getting really, really dark in life, then usually it's like that's like that dark night of the soul. Like benefits are going to come eventually. So we have the magic card. This is the throat chakra, blue. I like the image there. It's like a star bursting inside. You could even see it almost as like a firework, and fire, and like what brings forth that spark, okay? So we're going to call to that energy of the throat chakra. I'm going to place this kind of underneath here because I'm seeing blue kind of along this middle section. We're going to call upon that awakening of the throat chakra, bringing in the light and the fire of that throat chakra for each person here. Whatever healing and balancing needs to happen. Thank you, angels. You can just imagine a blue light like the sun growing through your throat chakra. Interesting. Okay, we have voice and light as well on both sides of those cards. So there's something here about us speaking again. Speaking light. And what I'm kind of getting here is like, what are you speaking that's light in your own life? Okay. It's sometimes so much easier to just speak light and happy love things to others, but we don't really do it to ourselves. And I think that's kind of where this energy of this radical self-love that was coming through for me for this evening's ritual, that was like, we want to shower other people with love or speak certain things, remind people and empower other people. Yet, what about for the self? Okay. How can that voice be a light and bring magic and blessing to you? Okay. And this knight riding this horse in the field, like whatever the reason in which he was going to war or going out into the battlefield, it's like this moment of pause that he has taken. It can lead to either recognizing that defeat, like of the Five of Swords, being like, oh, like this is so horrible, and look, we didn't win, or I got like so damaged up, or I broke my favorite sword, or I don't know, whatever the thing might be that people war talk about. It's like, can you still stop and see the beauty? Like, I just love how he's looking out beyond, just looking out beyond. The horse is cared for. He's at rest. His helmet is off his face, so he can fully embrace that light that is wanting to shine upon him. So this way we do this is through magic, is speaking words. Speaking words. Words are powerful. These affirmations, okay? I don't know why I put the deck upside down, but we have the green heart chakra and we have nourish. So I'm just going to share that with you, whoever needs to hear that. And it's interesting because I see here to the breast this line. Where is that line going to? It's as if it's going to the throat. So what are you speaking onto your breasts, onto the nourishing aspects of yourself in your life? Ooh, that has really hit home for me for some reason. Something I've noticed lately is like the difficulty it can be to really focus on what is right in front of our faces, that's expanding, it's growing, it's life-giving. Instead, it's easy to be like, oh my God, like I'm just not happy because over here, this thing that I thought it was going to be is not working. It's like, forget that. Like right here, like what is it that's really truly happening and growing and expanding? Don't see it as a defeat because it didn't work there, that disappointment, that rather breaking that view and those thoughts and going to either, going to what's working and also going to that center point, that still point, that's God, okay? That is really what's meant by, in my opinion, like this philosopher's stone, so to speak, the treasure, the alchemical treasure of life. It's that black, like little nothingness inside that is the potential for everything, okay? When we can return to that stillness, to that point, then we start to notice that there's more to life than what we've held as taking us down or as a disappointment. And perhaps we could even say that's where the fortune is. Again, it's not about the process of alchemy isn't necessarily about getting all the gold or this, it's about something more than that. So what's one of these soul cards for the collective for this week? Okay, well, there's a few, but we'll just go with, okay, maybe these two. We have leap and we have you're already doing it. Okay, well, I don't know what this one is. And okay, well, I'll show you this one first because that fell between my legs. And it says starseed, but at the bottom, what lights you up? Okay. And then we have, and because of the light, there's something fitting there. Oh, I love all the purples and the blues here too. It's something about the purples and the blues. We have here, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So wherever you're feeling discouraged, like, again, don't focus on what's not working. Focus on what's working this week, okay? And the fire that is like continually illuminating and like, whew, it's like I can like feel that, whatever that energy is, it's exciting. And then it says leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Okay. I feel like this card's shown up for maybe some people privately over the last week or two in some of these lives. But taking that leap, okay, what does that look like for you this week? Again, we talked last week about fairy magic, fairies being sometimes like people will be like, oh, don't play with the fairies, or little mischievous fairies. Ooh, kind of like spit there. But it's like, well, I guess we could see it from a fear perspective, or we could see it from a loving playfulness perspective. I just feel like we need to pull one of these Angels of Abundance cards. Okay, Spirit. Words of abundance. So I'm going to just pull the three that came out. We have words of abundance, clean energy food, and ask for your needs to be met. Okay, that's the confirmation I needed for us to do the thing. That's too funny. Okay. Words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms, and that is what you attract for yourself and others. And then we have clean energy food. When you fuel your body with a healthy, full, organic diet, you increase your energy levels and ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and a higher vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships. Something here about us nourishing our bodies this week, the power of that. And then finally, ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. So what I was thinking of today, as we kind of finish with these cards and before we get into the personal card pulls, was a ritual. Just a short call. And, I'm thank you to those of you who entered on like that poll about what you'd like to see more of. Because I'm definitely feeling like, I want to do like more magical things. Not like saying one's more important than the other, but it seems as though that's kind of where people are at and what they're wanting. And so before I came on here, I was like got pulled to one of these books that I have. And the one that the sigil that kind of opened up and that felt like needed to happen was this attracting help when in need. And so we'll do that here. I'm going to read what it says from the book. These are from the Damon Brand books. I don't know if anyone has ever heard of any of these books. I've enjoyed using a lot of these books. Very potent rituals, lots of, I think I've done videos on like their wealth magic ones, success magic, etc. But these mystical words of power, or the great words of power, or greater words of power books have very short sigils and rituals that you can do through like meditation. And it's just very simple. And what they call upon are the divine names of God, on different angelic or archangelic names as well. So I'm just speaking that to you, to those of you who might be wondering, like, what on earth is she saying, or what's going on? These particular books call upon the angels, these powerful angels and different divine names using like the Hebrew. So we're going to do this. If you would like to take part, if you just want to sit and just notice whatever you notice, that's okay. But this attracting help when we need it starts with us asking for help, as we just saw in the cards. Even if this means help with breaking our mindset. Okay, who do you need to ask for that support? If it's like a mental health professional, a coach, some healer, whatever, a friend or someone to hold space for you. But it says here in the book, when you are in need, all you should have to do is ask for help. But there are times when it seems like nobody is available. Everybody makes an excuse, and during a difficult time, you can feel isolated and abandoned, even if you have extensive family and many friends. When this happens, it can be a coincidence, or it may be caused by some underlying energy between yourself and others. Whatever causes the situation, you can reverse it with this ritual. Feel the need for help, but don't direct it at anybody specific. This leaves the magic more open to possibility, and if you allow help to come from anywhere, then some help will come. This might sound like a power you would never use, but I've known many people who were struggling to meet all the demands made of them, and all they needed was a little help from family or friends. This ritual may even attract new people into your life who can assist. This ritual is not designed to find people who might want to help you start a business or work on a project. It's there for times when life becomes overwhelming and you need the help of others, even if only briefly, to get you through. So whatever that is, this is what we're doing. The card confirmed it to me, so I'm just gonna, whatever. So whoever needs this energy, we're going to tune into it. And what we're gonna do is just notice the body and the breathing and just become still in this moment. And in a moment here, I'm going to ask you to imagine what it might feel like right now to be in this place of overwhelm or helplessness. Maybe feeling isolated, like no one's really there to support you. Maybe feeling alone, abandoned. And then I will scan the sigil, and then I'll ask you to let all that go, the thoughts, and then you'll bring into mind an appreciation, okay, for having received the help, for having help around you, for having support around you. And then I'm going to vibrate the names, okay? It's a very simple process. So tuning into your body and tuning into that feeling of that not having any help, maybe feeling helpless, maybe feeling confused and not sure what to do, where to turn to next. And with that feeling, continuing to notice the energy of that helplessness, the overwhelm, and not, maybe even seeing yourself turning around, asking this friend, this family member, and so forth, and them just shutting doors on you. Now letting that all go on the exhale, and bringing to mind the appreciation and gratitude you would have for experiencing the help that you ask for seeing doors starting to open all around you, for new people and opportunities to come into your life that support you with everything that you need. Not figuring out what it's going to be or how it's going to happen, just noticing that these doors are opening and you feel so much gratitude for what is happening, what is unfolding magically in your life. And as you continue to tap into that appreciation, just feeling the vibration of the divine names and angel names. El Shaddai, Sabkasbeya, Amediel, Orpaniel, Arenove, Eshal, and exhaling it out. Letting your mind come back to the breath, awareness, returning to the body, releasing any expectations, just letting go of what we just did. And whenever you're ready, you can return back with open eyes. And so, as with any of these practices, just you can journal about it. Don't hold on to the expectation, as I said. Just have, anytime it comes to mind, just have gratitude. Like, oh yeah, that's cool. That was great to take part in that practice. If you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, then sorry. Don't know why you're here, but just joking. Anyways, let's go into the personal card pulls. So if anyone would like it, card pulls, you can let me know. We'll just speak that members of the community kind of get like first dibs in those card pulls. So if there's jumping around from names, that's sort of why. We're still figuring all this stuff out, folks. Okay? But we'll do this. And as with anything, letting this be an opportunity for you to kind of get confirmation, so to speak, of what's showing up in your life. Like I said earlier, this isn't about someone telling you what's going to happen. Just got to rearrange my legs here. But rather you tuning into what your truth is. So, okay, Door King, I think you're first. We'll pull some cards for you. Whoo! So yeah, as I said, if you're just tuning in, I see people coming and going, or at least numbers up and down here. So if you're new here, you'd like to check in again. Every week we do these lives. And lots more rituals and fun opportunities showing up. Like tonight we have our radical self-love ritual. Yeah, that'll be live in the community portal and then available to folks as a recording, which you could technically watch as many times as you want, I guess. So, don't need to overdo it with rituals. The point of magic is to do one and then continue forward, okay? So, Door King, You're the only person I've seen. Oh, chaos. Oh, the Knight of Discs. What are the odds of that? Oh, I don't know why I felt like I had to pull that first card off my hand. So I guess, Dora King, what I want to ask you is, where here are you maybe not wanting to see with that collective reading that came up? Okay. Spirit's kind of asking you to really be in that stillness. So, and we have next card is actually the Eight of Wands, which is swiftness. We have the Princess of Discs. And we have the Seven of Wands, valor. Mercury and Aries with this Eight of Wands. I'm just going to show it to you, Dora King. I love this image. To me, it's like a very true occult image where we have this like prism kind of pyramid and a square. It's like a 3D sort of object, but like multi-dimensional. And then we have the rainbow over top. And then we have here both technically solar disk holding beings. Okay, we have the Princess of Discs and that Knight of Discs, which showed out in the collective reading. And so I was asking you, like, what is it here, Dora King, that you're not wanting to maybe see? Okay, you're really being called to like go into that point and sit with it. Okay, there's something here that's gonna like open up for you if you can do this from like a multi-dimensional aspect. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands here, which is valor. Mars and Leo. Oh, I don't know. I can never remember all the signs sometimes, you guys. It's kind of sad. I think it's just the way they draw it. It confuses me. But yeah, this Mars energy again, this fiery energy. There's a lot here happening within. I mean, wands are fire. They're the fire element. We have Aries, we have Mars. These are fire cards. There's something here about the solar energy and the sparking of whatever was wanting to come through. So really allowing yourself to be in that still pause, Dora King, I think is going to be helpful for you this week. You know, even like seeing the wands, the middle wand in this Valor card, it's like, it's almost like, the way I perceive it, it's like it's definitely not as straight as the others. Okay, the other six that are holding it, containing it, and those other six are technically the energies of the divine beings. Okay, from like the Egyptian pantheon. There's definitely something here with Mercury, Thoth, that's coming through, some like wisdom that wants to kind of be shed light on for you this week. Yeah, let's just pull some of these and see. Let's pull a chakra card for you, Dora King. Okay, or you can just do all the cards. Let's do that again. Okay, I don't know why that card doesn't want to go. We'll just put that one. Okay, so we got love. Okay. And we have yin. So I'll just show you here. Love and yin. This love and this preciousness towards yourself. You know, what does it even mean to have that sense of passion for oneself? Maybe things have seemed like broken or damaged, Dora King, for yourself. Again, this like, almost like, I want to say like a disability, so to speak, because I'm seeing the spine of this seventh spinal column wand or whatever in the Seven of Wands, and it's like, looks like it's broken, it looks bent, it looks just like it's really seen better days. And yet it's there, it's being held and supported and lit up by spirit. There's still swiftness that comes forward because it is this fiery energy, and yet the yin is not the fire, it's the receptive. Okay, it's like this to me is almost that still point, nothingness, in which focusing in on it can bring the love. Okay, so it doesn't have to be about you doing action, being in fire, being active, and like this passion. It can just be as simple as tuning it inside, and then a result of that is the love, is the passion, and is that fieriness. Again, oh my God, that's like, I feel like that makes sense. It might not make sense to you. I'm sorry. To me, it's the opposites. It's what we think needs to happen is usually not what needs to happen. It's literally the opposite. Okay. So how can you bring in some love for yourself this week, Dora King? Especially as it comes to that Valentine's Day, whatever you think of that. But let's just be honest, like that's a day that there's love in the air. There's that concept of love and relationship. Little luxuries. Generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. So what can you do this week to show yourself love that maybe seems like a luxury? And you could do, you can have an at-home facial, prep and like pamper yourself, or rather care for your body this week and show yourself in that pause, this place of love. It doesn't need to be fancy, like going out to like a $300 spa. It can be simple. The little luxuries generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. So be still. Again, I'm seeing this like little point in between, the diamond in the middle, okay? Protected by all and surrounded by all the other directions. The same kind of image I'm getting here, Dora King, with this like kind of diamond with this light emanating out. Like you are that sunlight. You are that love, okay? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Tahira, we'll get you cards too. I don't know how, but I will try. I'm trying to learn to love. Yeah, and this is like a constant life experience, I feel, so just each day, one day at a time, exploring, sitting in that still point. You can even ask the question, Dora King, like, how can I show myself that little luxury today, or that love? How can I show myself that love today? And Spirit will show you. Spirit will bring it on your path, the ways in which you can do and be that, okay? So I hope that makes sense. Have fun with that this week. Maybe I'll see you in the ritual, or you'll catch the ritual tomorrow. That might be a nice little spark of inspiration. And I swear, if this Knight of Disc comes out again, I shouldn't say that. You're like, oh yeah, you're going to test me? Okay. Tahira, I think you were next. I think you emailed me, Tahira. I haven't responded yet, sorry. Weekend fun. This past weekend, I decided to start doing like more like longer periods of no tech with my kid. So no tech for my kid means no tech for mommy. Am I right? Okay, Tahira, we have the Two of Discs. Ooh, lots of disc earth energy happening this week. This is like bringing it back to like our most basic place. We have the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail here, encircled around the yin and the yang, and crowned in its glory. Okay, Tahira, what cards want to come out for her? Okay. Knight of Swords, not the Knight of Discs. I'm going to just speak that. Ooh, the Sun. Okay. Oh, there's like, yeah, fire here for everyone. Well, I mean, the two people that have been read, but also the collective energy. Well, so you got the Sun, and the Knight of Swords is in the middle. I'll just show these. Because when I saw the yin-yang symbol in the Ouroboros, like I was really noticing the white aspect, that brightness, and the sun just kind of confirms it here. This cyclical nature of the unification. And so, I'm just kind of noticing this like kind of like pulsating energy on the right side. I want to say like the right side rib, right side body, Tahira, like. So whatever that is, just inviting you to take a deep breath into that place. Even if it feels tense or tight or whatever. I've been reading and like looking a bit at things around pain. And what does that pain represent? Okay. And if we can go into that pain, if we can go into the places where it feels tense or tight and breathe into it, sending it that love, then it can start to like shift. And that's kind of what I feel like is being encouraged for you here, whatever that might be in that side body aspect. For whatever reason, I'm really being drawn to the mountain here. Maybe you need to, maybe I mentioned that movie, The Holy Mountain. Maybe there's something there for you to watch. It's a weird movie. Okay, so I apologize in advance. Something about this mountain. Oh, and that's fascinating because that's actually, I'm not going to ruin the movie for people, but like seeing this card, there's a mountain, there's this transformation that happens on the mountain, the unification of the two angels, so to speak. I want to say like a masculine and feminine energy. They have butterfly wings. And also the zodiacal signs are around it, the astrological signs, which is very much tied to that. The unification of all of the aspects of like the self, really, including the painful parts, okay? And this Ouroboros eating its tail, this change that's happening within your thoughts, I guess I want to say, because we have the Knight of Swords here. It's like you charging now, instead of running away or in the pause, you charging after, okay? And I want to speak to the fact that technically when we do the circle, we go east, west, south, north, okay? In both the shamanic teachings and also kind of like the magical teachings. Hi, Sula. Nice to see you here. If you'd like cards, you can let me know in the comments. But here I like this recognition that the swords is in the south and it comes before the discs in the north, the earthly material plane. Where so this Knight of Swords, this charging and looking at kind of like the shadow and at the light, when that battle, so to speak, is done, not that it's ever really done, then that pause can happen. That pause of the Knight of Discs, if that makes sense, the image I'm creating here. The card that was present both just now for Dora King and in the collective reading is kind of what I'm saying. I'm kind of seeing it as this like progression too, okay? Which, yeah, I'm not going to go into that. So we have sever vows of poverty and we have clearing debts. So sever, I gotta read this. Yes, that makes sense. I will look for that movie. Yeah, sorry again. It's a really good movie though. It's just weird. If you can get through it, you'll see. You'll be imprinted with things that I think, yeah, may open the veil, so to speak. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all efforts of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. I'm really noticing this rainbow. Like, you got a lot of rainbow here too, Tahira. So it's like, I'm seeing it with the rainbow peacocky phoenix woman. Beautiful. Like, that's you kind of being reborn. It's in the Sun card, and now we have this clearing debts. Your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. The word here, though, is the emotional debt, okay? You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. So these vows that were cleared, and maybe this is tied to that side energy on your body, okay, that we were tuning into. Maybe there's some emotional attachment or something that's been holding you in that space. I just see it really beautiful with these two mystical beings, like a woman phoenix bird thing, peacock, and a unicorn. These two flying, exuberant, sort of like just very like, oh, it's majestic, it's bright, it's everything, okay? And so severing these vows of poverty and clearing debts. Let's pull one of these for you, Tahira. And we're going to call to that sun energy to enter into you, to see it all around you, that rainbow cosmic egg around your aura, moving into your body. Calling in that element of air as well, which is the swords. Oh my God, I just totally messed that. Wands is fire. Oh, okay. Well, swords comes first. Air, though, is swords. See, you guys, sometimes we just get words mixed up. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. Okay. So sharing this with you, that the rainbow and air here. And then star, the silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. I can't remember if you got that one last week. I thought it showed up, though. For someone, the silver energy of the star brings good luck. And I see, it's funny because in the East, so yeah, sorry, swords are not in the South, that's wands. East is the swords. But that would still be first. It would be first before moving into the north, okay? The charging, the inspirational energy. And yet also in the magical practice, east in the swords is air, okay? Kind of like the thoughts and the mind. But in the shamanic lens, the stars are in the east. And in the shamanic lens, the fire is in the east. So it's kind of funny how I messed that up, and yet it still connects. So the silver energy of the star bringing good luck and serendipity to these previous vows, to the clearing of whatever debts might be showing up for you, and tying in what that ritual we did together to hear around like the asking for help from people, whether it's some like financial advisor or something like this. If it's around finances, and if it's around emotional help, then where can you turn to that? There are places to go through or to go to that can offer support, so that you don't have to do it alone and be in the continual cycle of like ups and downs and ups and downs. So inviting you to do that, and imagine yourself with that rainbow energy, whether it's that phoenix rebirthing or that unicorn riding high majestically over, just trusting that you are rebirthing. This is this alchemical process, just like it is shown in the sun card here. So yeah, there you go. Thanks, Tahira, as always. Okay, I think there was a comment here. I would love for you to pull some cards. I have felt so spiritually drained today. Every time this happens, I just know someone is sending me bad energy. Okay, so yeah, I'll pull some cards for you. The vows of poverty and the clearing emotional debts, very important for me right now. Yeah, you're welcome to hear. Yeah. Okay. See, and this is, didn't I start off saying, don't just listen to what I say? It's like I can make mistakes based on whatever. And I tell you every time, well, not every time. It seems a lot when I want to like get into sharing more about like Kabbalah and all this stuff, and the things that show up, or like the how I want to describe it, the errors, I would say, that I make with speaking certain things. It's unbelievable to me, honestly. Sometimes I'm like, what's even going on? Okay, well, appreciate you being here, Tahira. Let's move on to Sola. Sola, is that how I say it? Well, I'll pull some cards for you. And then I'm seeing the time. Let's see how long we stay on here. So if anyone else is joining, usually it's an hour that we're on here. I'm not like opposed to staying a little bit more. But Sola, let's see. I hear that about, negative energy. It's easy to like get into this like thought though that if something bad's happening, that it's like happening to us and we're a victim to, and I would encourage you, Sola, if you didn't catch the beginning collective reading for the week, that might be something to check out when the live is done and you have access to the actual video replay. Because we talked about these thought patterns that we tend to be in. And part of the healing journey, part of the spiritual journey really is about stepping into power. it's stepping into, you know, I don't mean this to be preachy, by the way, just sometimes it sounds like that. I'm sorry. Just like, Spirit just says things. And yeah, sometimes it can, you know, the spiritual path is really about feeling empowered and waking up, you know, waking up to your truth, waking up to who you are, this place of empowerment, this personal journey that you aren't a victim. Okay. Hi, Craven Moorhead. Greetings from my village in the savannas in the middle of nowhere in South America. I like that. We'll receive that. What's the temperature like there, Craven Moorhead? Like, isn't it like winter time? Curious. If you have it in Celsius, that would be ideal. Because, yeah. Sola. Yes, you said it right. Oh my God. What the? Okay, well, the Knight of Discs just came out again. See, this is why you don't make threats. Because now I said, I swear if that Knight card comes out again. Ugh. Oh, that's so creepy. Out of all, what, 72 decks? 72 cards? Is it 78 in a card deck? I don't even know how many cards there are. There would be... How many are there? 10, 4, 14. Someone do the math. 14 times 4. That's 23, right? Anyways, I think it's 78. That's eerie. So there's... And okay, and as that was coming before, it was like, we're going to put this in the east. Let's do this. Maybe we should put it, I'm going to put it in the east because I see fire. I'm thinking fire here, okay? And because Craven Moorhead said, greetings from my village in the savannas in the middle of nowhere. And then I went to ask me about the temperature. I was just like seeing like the savannas, like, you know, like the sun rising or something over a field. Okay, so east, west, south, north here we have for you, Sola. It's okay. It's not preaching. We all need to chat. I don't know what you said. I can't see it. There's a heart thing in the way. But yes. Okay, I'm going to show you these cards, though, Sola. Yeah, there's something very bright here. It's almost as though what I'm seeing is the cycle of the awakening process. So we have that Knight of Discs, which we talked about already in the collective reading, but this guy holding it at rest in a way, you know, like I said, like technically this would be in the north because it's the discs, it's the earthly plane. And yet to me, I'm seeing the sun, the stars, the grandfathers is the place in the east, according to the tradition, the shamanic tradition that I've been like shown. So it's like the pause and the seeing here in the east. Then we have here we have the 7 of discs. So you got some discs energy. And this is failure. This is in the west. It's definitely like, you know, not the most pleasant looking if we were to see it. It's almost like though, you know, like the real depictions of the angels, where the angels kind of have these like multi-layered wings and like eyes on their wings. And it's like kind of creepy. Like it's kind of scary. And yet, like, if we recognize like they're angels, like they would never hurt us. The same thing is kind of going on here for you, Sola, around like this sense of defeat, this failure in life, this just like down place, which is going to be confirmed here because in the south we have the 3 of Swords, which is the sorrow card. I can see why you said that about just feeling really like down. Okay. And yet there's this recognition here. We have Taurus in, what is that? Saturn, I think. So this is part of is this Saturn? Oh, you guys, I need to just check because I can't be speaking garbage. Saturn, zodiacal. And if any of you know the signs for each tarot card, I am open to you speaking that, obviously. Yeah, I think this is meant to be Saturn. Okay. You're Gemini 25 from the UK. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. So we have here Saturn in Gemini, or Saturn in Taurus, which is kind of close to Gemini, right? So perhaps there's going to be some shifts for you coming up to this season. But I guess what I want to say here, Sola, is that what we perceive as oftentimes like not great, it's like really the life lesson, okay? And that's, I'm saying that because of the Saturn energy. Wait, how are you 25 years old? I have them generally memorized. Okay, Andrew. Yeah, I was like, wait, I feel like some people here know, Andrew. Yeah, you would know. Anyways, 25, like that's kind of like you're coming into, or you're at your solar return, or no, your Saturn return. If you've never heard that term, my friend, it is time perhaps to explore what that means. Anyone here can attest to, I mean, I could speak from my experience of that whole spiritual emergence and the dark night of the soul and how unpleasant it can feel. And we have here the sorrow. And I think this is also Saturn. Saturn in Libra with the Three of Swords. So there's definitely something here. And there's something about like a balancing. And I want to say that like there's a rebalancing happening, because I see here we have like the Sephiroth, so to speak, with the two pillars and this one extra one in the middle, like the sun. We could say it's Tiferet, the heart space, that center, okay, and yet it also kind of feels off balance. And when we look at the bull, when we look at Taurus, when we see this energy of the bull again, and Libra is oh God, sorry, I was going to get all over the place. Libra, I believe, is the ox goad. If we think of like Lamed in the Hebrew alphabet, which I believe is connected to Libra, it's that balancing energy, the thing that the bull is able to pull the cart. So how can you bring more balance into your life, I guess, is what I want to ask you, Sola. It all comes around eventually. And finally, at the top here, in like the manifested north earthly plane, we have the Hermit, which I think is really beautiful. So all the things that are happening to you are so that you can be the light for others. Here we have this, I can't remember that three-headed dog's name. Technically the three-headed dog that like guards hell, right? The underworld is my understanding in the Greek tradition. And yet here the Hermit is holding that sun. It's literally, it's a lamp, but it's literally a sun in this image with the Thoth deck. And he's holding it, and it's like creating this almost distraction to the shadow. And with that, he is able to continue peering forward without the light. I want to say Cerberus, thank you. He's able to see the cosmic egg with the serpent, the truth of the world, the wisdom, the spiritual attainment. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. This cycle that's happening, that it's meant to be based on your astrology, on your birth chart, on the blueprint of your life, and also so that you can then show up for others when that time comes. Yes, I'm in a difficult relationship at the minute. We live together. We have children. He can be very controlling. Yeah, sorry to hear that. For sure, Craven Moorhead. We'll get you some cards. I gotta keep track, you guys. Hi, Jessica. Welcome to the membership. It just shows a little picture, a little thingy there. Okay, you're Greek. Oh, interesting. So yeah, well, I would have no idea. Yeah, okay, interesting. Cerberus. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that your partner is you're in this relationship, and I will just speak to, I was in a relationship, I was married, had my child. Within that first year, mat leave, went through my spiritual awakening, Saturn return. I would have been like 28, 29. And yeah, and now here I am. I'm not married anymore, but I'm in love. And a lot of cool things have been happening. I would like to say to those of you who maybe, some of you don't really know me, some of you, know me for the past few years, and maybe can see and talk to different places of growth or expansion in my life. And I can say that it's not easy when you're in the muck of it, but it's possible, and you will evolve and awaken to your truth, okay? Tahira says, wow, the same thing happened to me during my first year of mat leave. Yeah, the motherhood wakes shit up. Anyways, I wanted to speak to the card that I just pulled and I put it in the middle. It's Felix Felicitas, if that means anything to you. Power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. So you might want to copy this image, Sola. You might want to draw it out, put it somewhere on a journal, meditate on it. You can take a screenshot. My partner's blowing his nose. See, love. And see that balancing that wants to come through. You know, we have the Star of David in the middle, the Merkaba, the six-pointed star. It's a representation of both the spiritual fire and the earth material realm. Okay. Oh yeah, no, you don't have to apologize at all. So like, be vulnerable here. That's how we grow, you know? I'd like to say that this is a safe space for people in the community. We share and talk about these things. And, you know, I'll invite you to, because I don't think I've seen your name here, if you want to join us on most Saturdays. I think the next one's going to be 17th of February. We have the Ouroboros Circle. It's a Zoom, like virtual call. You can join in. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. You don't have to be on camera. But we share and discuss, and it's about community, okay? So that might be a thing, because I know for me, you know, as I went through my spiritual awakening or emergence, however one wants to identify it, the thing that really helped was having community and connection of people who kind of like got it, I guess, who could share their experiences and their understanding, and that helped me to formulate where I'm at, you know, and to continue to grow. So just a lot of gratitude for the people that were somehow came into my life at that time and continue to come into my life. Many of you are those people as well. I can relate to a lot of these problems and hope everyone finds themselves in a happier place. Yeah, Andrew, totally. Thank you for saying that. Okay, we're going to pull one more for you. So, and then we're going to, I think Craven Moorhead wanted a card. Oh, look at these lives are getting longer, you guys. What are we going to do about it? You know what's funny too? Like the last couple times, like, oh, I don't really want to do it. I'm noticing a bit of this, like, oh, interesting. I'm noticing a bit of this, like, resistance too, which I'm just very curious to that. Because anytime I've learned, it's going to kind of maybe bypass into some other shit. But like anytime I have felt that sense of resistance, it's like that shows me that I need to do it even more. Okay. Cause like, and anytime I've done that, even when I worked in my old job, I'd like wake up some mornings with like horrible anxiety and I like didn't want to go. And I'd be like, sometimes like physically unwell. And most people who would meet me would say I'm a very grounded person. Like I don't like exude anxiety, though I would say I'm probably a pretty anxious person. And what I learned that was those days where I felt that level of anxiety, as soon as I just transitioned it to like excitement, being like, oh, something's going to happen. Something important's going to happen today that I need to be there. And like, that's what would happen. You know, I'd meet new people or I'd have some really interesting conversation with like a colleague or with a client. I worked in healthcare. Like these things happen. So I don't know why I have to share that, but I just am. I'm here, right? And just like all of you are here, there's a reason for that. So even if it's a struggle for you, this power symbol, Sola, can help. And then we have here the confirmation with the wisdom card. Okay. The wisdom card is the hermit. It's Yod, the lantern being held, the one that shares. The owl is wisdom. You know, I see the owl, I think Lilith, the dark goddess, who also has wisdom, but can also be such an intense energy because the darkness is intense. Okay? And yet we're here to experience this like life, right? So anyways, I'll end with that. Thanks for being here. I see there's comments. Scrolling up. Andrew, I made 2 big pushes to get divorced and got cut by my employers both times. So wishing you all. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy to make these changes, and like we did that ritual earlier to like support us when we need help because it can seem sometimes like we're alone. Oh, that was weird. Something just completely cleared in my sinus. Okay, you're welcome, Sola. Yeah. Jessica, if you do have time, I'd love a pull. Oh yeah, I'm sure we can have time. Technically, I guess you jumped the line. I hate this thing, but like I'm just gonna do it. We'll get both you and Craven Moorhead cards. Tahira says, I can't imagine how difficult that must have been. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Andrew. Look at you guys. I love you all. Thank you. Connecting with each other. Okay, let's do this. Okay, Craven Moorhead, I'll get to you after Jessica because technically I have to keep my word. I don't like this whole thing. This looks like a privilege thing or something. This is why I had so much resistance to the membership stuff and all these things. So I'm open to people's views on that because this is a struggle. Okay, Jessica, maybe this is tuning in for you. I don't know. But like, it's like it really is a struggle, or it requires a whole lot of like tapping into both the spiritual and the physical world. Okay. And we live in this world, I'm part of like another like kind of magical group. And this whole concept of, and everyone's now going to have a polite fight. So this whole concept of being in a place of spirituality and also the capitalist view. And the reason I'm saying that is like in certain magical groups or people, I notice it's almost like counter to capitalism. And again, like I'm saying, like that's kind of like where I've been. It's like, well, the system and da 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 da. And there's just this like feeling. It's like we have to overcome that, I guess. Okay, we have to like overcome this hatred or push to capitalism, not getting caught up in it and like taking advantage of people or like causing harm, but like I don't know why I'm saying this. So you guys are gonna all like hunting in the bush. Well, that sounds fun. Oh, I wonder if you caught anything or what that looks like. So anyways, I'm open to hearing what you all think. I'm just saying that I've struggled with it. And for any of you who are entrepreneurs or people getting into business things or whatever, this is truly a battle that has to be overcome. Okay, so we're going to do Jessica, because this is what I said, is that the members get the priority. And then we'll do Craven Moorhead, even if we're staying behind. I'm not, I'm good to do cards. I enjoy this. Yeah, do our best work with the tools we have. And eventually, I think capitalism will definitely be shifting. And that's because more people are going to wake up to the pros and the cons of it, okay? And we're going to be able to tie into like the good aspects, but also like embrace the aspects that have caused harm to different people. And, maybe for some people that might be a bit more noticeable. Oh my God. The harm that's been caused might be more noticeable than others. Whether it's like racial stuff, different marginalized groups. But I think there's something that's going to happen. This is about shadow work. Okay, whatever, Jessica, this is coming in for you. Ooh, that's fun. Oh, we got a card under there too. Okay, yeah, okay. So I feel like the Emperor came out for you last week, Jessica, too. But we have the 9 of Cups. We have happiness. We have the Princess of Wands, who's doing a nice little dance. And here I'm seeing her actually kind of doing some honoring for the sun. So if you're familiar with the solar adorations, I'm going to invite you to start looking at that, because there's something here about that sun energy. It's going to lead to this connection with the masculine, the Emperor card here, which is the Aries, very much a sun, right? Cardinal sun energy, cardinal fire energy. And then we have the 3 of Discs, which is work. And it's a Mars in Capricorn, I think it is. And so there's something here around your work, around this whole concept of what you're creating, that's bringing about this connection to more happiness and joy, really highlighting the flow of the abundance, so to speak, in your life. I say that because I see Jupiter in Pisces. Why am I even reading these? Thank you, Andrew. Like, you just have, I don't usually read all these things, hey? But there's something here that I feel is going to really shine for you, Jessica, around your work specifically. And, you know, perhaps with this masculine energy, like, you know, and not, and I'm seeing this as like you as the king of your work, you as the ruler of your creations. And here we have this, yeah, it's Mars in Capricorn. And yet what I see with this three of discs is like the solar disc holding up the triangle of manifestation over the water, like the stormy water, and kind of like hover. It's like a hovercraft. It just creates this flow. So flow in the Nine of Cups, flow, so to speak, and movement with the three of discs and the solar adorations. So connecting to the four corners. You know, Crowley talks about this. There's different texts out there you can read to start your day, to connect with the different aspects of the sun. Uses the Egyptian pantheon and can draw forth the energy and that spark. There's a lot of power within that. I'm going to pull some more here, but I'm just going to read what's being said here. Craven Moorhead says, bro, the system is affecting our indigenous tribes of Guyana. Yeah. Oh, yeah, like capitalism. Yeah, it's true. There's so much like pain. I'm sorry to say that you're really noticing that there. You know, it's everywhere. I think just, you know, perhaps for many of us, the places in which we live, it's much easier to hide. I can hide in the walls of my house, you know, whereas when I go and walk down by the river, I can see like people living in the forest, you know, because capitalism hasn't been the most supportive. So this balancing again, right? And I think this is where the solar adoration, Jessica, can be supportive, is it helps clear and transmute what does not serve, so that we can be in the beauty of creativity, we can be in the blessing of the universe, the material and the spiritual world, draw forth our power, and then do the work, bring it into manifestation in a balanced way. I didn't catch anything this afternoon. I was stalking quails and parakeets, but I missed my shot, so I just foraged for jamming fruits and guava. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you for sharing that. Huh. Very different world. Very different world that we live in. But not the different world. Do you know what I mean? It's like the same fucking thing. And speaking of the world, we have the totem, the turtle here. So what animals are calling to you, Jessica, this week? Here in North America, this like concept of Turtle Island being the place in which, I'm going to put 3 of these for whatever reason, life has come forth. So the animals can definitely be that. We got yellow, we got red with the wild, we got another animal card, the coyote or wolf howling at the moon. There's something here really drawing forth for you, Jessica, to tap into the spirit animals, nature. So whatever your spirit animal is, maybe it's a tiger even, because there's the tiger and the Prince of Wands, and we have rebirth. So this is kind of the apex, I guess, of everything that's being experienced for you this week. And it's a sun. It's literally a sun. The rebirth of the sun. When we think about, you know, the tales of old, the reason why these kind of solar adoration works is it's like, it's acknowledging the sun, Ra, rising in the east, moving its way through until it basically dies every night. You know, that was the belief that of indigenous people, of others, like that the sun was dying and rebirthing itself every day. And we have the power symbol, cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. So if you know Reiki, if you know the symbols, you can utilize that power symbol to support yourself, to cleanse and recharge the energy that's needed, Jessica, and support you. There's just so much fire. This is really cool. Yellow, red, and the purple. And even that purple is actually in the The same purple I'm seeing here, I'm just going to show because I have to show that. The same purple pretty much in the cups. It might be hard to see on the screen, but here it definitely is like it's like a lavender sort of color. That's how I would describe it. Okay, Jessica, I think that's all I have to say about that. Have fun this week, tapping into your animals. Okay, Craven Moorhead. You know what they say anyway. Well, Jesus said it. How's it go again? It's like, he that goes first is last, he that is last goes first, or, you know, whatever. Everyone's equal, but like, I just like that idea. You know, if you ever go to any like healing circles or whatever, even just, we saw the polite fight earlier. It's like, I think many healers or whatever, it's like, oh, let everyone else get the help and the healing first, and then I'll do it. So maybe this is tied for you. Okay. Craven Moorhead, it's like, you're welcome, Jessica. It's like, how can you allow yourself to receive first in the communities that you serve? And that can seem very counter because, you know, it kind of goes against, or it kind of, yeah, that's kind of the capitalistic view, is the whole idea of me first. Okay. And yet, as healers, it's easy to like go, let me help others, let me put others ahead of me, and like not take my turn, even if it's necessary to not, so that others can be fed, or whatever the case might be. There comes a place of balancing. So we have here this, I don't know why I felt like 3 cards needed to be pulled from the chakra cards. We have the Sun card, also that kind of like, I want to say it's indigo-y color. And then we have 2 heart chakra cards. We have Forgive and we have Nourish. So kind of like I was talking about the sun being this very valuable energy that can shed light and give us light and life through the nourishment, but also can help us to see what needs to be seen here so that we can forgive. You know, that practice of Ho'oponopono, the Hawaiian forgiveness prayer. I'm not sure why I said that, but like when I think Hawaii, I think like bright tropical sun. We have the 6 of Cups. We have pleasure. Okay. So not like the other 5 of Cups we saw at the collective reading that was all disentangled. Now we have this like untangled, quite beautifully eminent like image. Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio. So the sun again there. If you are Scorpio, Craven Moorhead, like, I mean, I get it. It's easy to want to like, whoosh. So forgiveness, whoosh, that can be a challenge. Maybe Scorpio's in your chart somewhere. We have the 10, interesting. We have the 10 of Wands. Jupiter in, we're getting there. I think I'm just needing to practice the signs now just so that I can say that I kind of am getting it. It's Jupiter in Aries. But I'm going to show you the suppression, okay? Oppression. So kind of what I'm getting here is this like oppression in which you've placed on yourself. I'm going to put the sun in the middle. This oppression that you've allowed put on yourself, so to speak, that's holding you. And so forgiveness of these things, okay? The sun wants you to forgive so that you can like really receive. And not be in the like others first always, because what will happen here is that there will come to be a time where it's not even going to be it's me or others. It's going to be like, well, everyone, if anyone gets anything, I get it. If I get anything, they get it. Does that make sense? Like it's not taking away from anyone. I think this is the thing about the capitalist venture, is this view that if I get, then others won't, you know, and that's kind of been a draw of like, oh, I need to get it because there's a lack. But again, it's like, who really truly nourishes us? Who really truly gives us the life? It is spirit. It's the sun, and it's beyond that. So there's a lot of fire here, so to speak, with that sun energy down. And then interestingly enough, how Scorpio is drawn there with the pleasure card of the Six of Cups, because if we think about Scorpio, it's kind of, it'll be in the sun, a Scorpion, but it'll also be in the shadowy darkness. Let's pull one of these cards. My clan calls me the next family shaman because I'm very spiritually knowledgeable and into herbal ancient healing. It's always helping others feel better. Oh, you're a Leo. Okay, well, fire. Sweet. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, Craven Moorhead. I'd be curious if you have Scorpio in your chart and where that is, if you ever feel like looking. I don't know if Andrew does card reading or birth charts for people. I don't know. If you don't, Andrew, maybe it's time. No pressure. Okay, anyways, Craven Moorhead, we have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Maybe that's where that Scorpio energy is coming from. I'll show you here. I said the Scorpio can hide. Now it's time to come out. Share your voice. So whatever this oppression has been that's been perceived and or has happened to yourself, to others that you care about, it's like the forgiveness is going to help you to move past it and to start to really feed yourself and to feed others through your sharing of your voice, expressing yourself, knowing that you actually won't be hurt because you are protected. Protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Okay? So this is going to be a part of that. We have kind of the, maybe there's 7 here. The circle around, okay, with the 7. I'm just going to speak that number. And I'm going to pull one more of these. I've never done any birth charts, Sally. I'm a massive tarot nerd. Oh, okay, never mind then. Never mind. Okay, Craven Moorhead. Ooh, let's do the bottom. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Okay. Maybe I need to stop overthinking. I like how these images kind of show, it's like this transition from the woman in the cave looking out into the sacred space of the pyramids, seeming as though, everything is a ways away, to them being literally out of the rocks and the caves and in, like, I want to say the Akashic record, but also just in the sacred space of those pillars, like out in the heaven kind of place. Didn't it say something about soul retrieval? I wouldn't really attend the Akashic records, but maybe there's something there to explore. Craven Moorhead, okay? And we'll pull one more with this, because I feel like that needs to happen. I don't know why these cards sometimes just finalize. So what is your true north? When you hunt, you need to know the directions in which you're going, so to speak. You have a goal in mind. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. This medicine wheel here, that's what I was wanting to say with the protection. So how can you draw this around you all the time and let it feed you? Craven Moorhead. And that truly is like a traditional kind of aspect. I have a beaded indigenous bracelet with scorpion art I just got. I literally put it on every day as part of my daily ritual to my ancestors. Interesting. Okay, well, there you go. That's some medicine sign for you. That's cool. I think that's all I have to say about this. Craven Moorhead. Remember, you matter. Take care of yourself. Set those energetic boundaries. Utilize that protection. And forgiveness is going to be a huge part here to support you with nourishing yourself and others, okay? That the sunlight is around you. This ancestral energy with these elements are here as well. I'm very much connected to both the dark and the light. Okay, so the oppression is just an illusion. Sharing that with people and then allowing them to be in their power by teaching them however that comes or shows to you, okay? Have fun with it too. I like how you guys can't see it. But I like how I like sometimes these card spreads when they come out. I wish maybe I need to start taking pictures of them and just like post. Like it's really quite fascinating to see the shapes, the images, the way the layout happens. This is like life. You each have your own unique blueprint, your own unique layout that the cards go into, and also this is how your life is in like the real world. Okay, not that this is not real, but like out there where you are. So I hope that you can continue to tap into that for yourself this week. As I said, there'll be the Radical Self-Love Ritual tonight. It'll be live for the community members, so their names will be held up. If you'd like to join that, you can hit the join button. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then the recording of that, like the replay, will be available to everyone tomorrow. So community members, I hope to see you there live. We're going to tune into radical self-love and connection to self. And this will be greatly in time for Valentine's next week, where then we can really open to the love of others, that connection. And yeah, some energies have been working with me the past bit that I'm excited to share with you tonight. Other than that, though, more rituals to come. Feel free to, connect with me on the website, deepmindsquared.com. We have our weekly or almost weekly Ouroboros gatherings and other fun things like pathworking tomorrow night, Tuesday evening. That's going to be, we're exploring the mother of Bina. So however you wish to engage, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you all being here and holding space and engaging with each other. Like that's just so beautiful to me that we can be wherever we are in the world and still be connected. That truly is like magic in my eyes. So just so much gratitude for you all. And as we conclude here, you can just come to that place again of stillness. Maybe your eyes are closed. Maybe they're open, just kind of gazing wherever they fall. And we're going to connect to that cosmic heart. So if you want to imagine a large crystallized heart pulsating, perhaps even in the center of the earth, that mother of us all. And notice how the beating of that heart in the center of the earth matches and syncs with the beating of your heart in your chest. Feeling the life and pulsation, noticing the blood flowing through your veins with each pulse. The earth lives within you, you and her, and each of us connected to that same heart. And emitting that love, that connection to everyone else, all the hearts on the earth, the animals, the trees, the other humans. Remembering that you are always connected. And on your next inhale, into the belly, and letting it go. So thank you again, everyone. I hope you have a fabulous week. And until next time, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.